What do you think this is going to look like 10, 20 years down the line?
Well, assuming that we achieve all the goals that we've set out and eliminate the black market, make sure kids don't get it, keep criminal elements out of the mainstream business part of it, I think it'll become, more like the I don't know, the whiskey business, right, or the beer business, and people are going to want to, from time to time, relax and help release the pressure of their day in whatever form, and they might choose to have a drink, or they might choose to imbibe some marijuana, but it'll just be one of several choices of people trying to relax.
I got to tell you, I don't even want to say what it sounds like he's been doing, but Bill Bennett, ladies and gentlemen, host of Bill Bennett's Morning in America, former Secretary of Education, former Director of the Office of National Drug Control Policy under President George H.W. Bush, is here with his new book, Going to Pot. There it is up on your screen, Why the Rush to Legalize Marijuana is Harming America, co-authored by Robert A. White. Bill, it is such a pleasure to see you again, sir.
Two radio guys
doing
on TV.
Go figure.
Let's do my best.
This is so important.
Thanks.
And these people that I've sat here with and people that you hear speak, oh, no, it doesn't bother your mind. And what I say? Oh, yeah, no, it doesn't bother you. I mean, what is the fascination with marijuana unless they view it as a gateway to legalizing everything?
Well, I think it may be that, certainly. But this is the amazing thing, Steve. As the science progresses, the evidence is overwhelming, the harm that marijuana does. Yet public opinion seems to be going in the opposite direction. So that's why Bob White and I wrote this book, to say stop and look at the evidence. Harvard, Northwestern, Oxford, University of Wisconsin, not all conservative institutions, if I may say, do the science. And again, it's overwhelming. It hurts focus, it hurts concentration, it hurts memory. Start when you're a teenager, keep it going once a week, that's all, and you'll lose 8 IQ points. Do I need to say anything more than that? Who can afford to lose 8 IQ points? We also know what it does to your lungs, we know what it does to your heart, we know what it does to driving. There's a very strong case. Dr. Breiter at Northwestern, who's conducted a ton of research, said if I could design a drug that would be the worst possible thing for students, it would be marijuana.
And the people who sit here with me and say, no, it doesn't, we should start calling them deniers, maybe.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what they like to call us, who deny climate change or whatever, or who question it.
That's right. That's a good point.
The governor of Colorado, who we heard from, he's sorry that they legalized it, and you're having all kinds of problems in the couple of states where it has been legalized. You bring up driving, more accidents, etc. People who smoke it have more accidents on the job.
Right.
I mean, so it's obvious where we're headed. It's obviously not a good thing. Yet I'm afraid that more and more states will opt to legalize it.
Yeah, well, we got to get the facts in. And Hickenlooper, in the clip there, says, well, if we can get rid of the black market, if we can keep it away from children, none of those things have been achieved in Colorado. They're being sued in Colorado by several other states. But think about this, because there's some nostalgia here. There are people who used marijuana in the 60s, and they're remembering that it was soft, it was easy. The THC, the tetrahydrocannabinol, which is the toxic ingredient, the intoxicating ingredient in the marijuana, is 3 to 5 times more powerful today than it was in the 60s. The content then was 3%, now it's 12 to 15 to 20%. The candies that you see marketed, and it looks like candy, look, Butterfinger, Kit Kat, looks like candy bars for kids. These edibles are more powerful than the smoke. There was a famous column by Maureen Dowd in the New York Times, I don't know if you remember it, but she took a couple of bites out of a candy bar. She wrote, I thought I had died. She then recanted, of course, because the New York Times didn't like that perspective. But this stuff is very serious, very serious.
And you're right. I think the push is led by those who, the hippies left over from the 60s, pushing this hey, do whatever you want to do. But what does it say about the culture? But you make a great point. It's important. Marijuana is not just marijuana.
Right.
The fact that it's 3 times or 4 times its strength now is a very big consideration. But what is it? Where are we headed as a culture? I mean, you've written so much about our culture, so much about our America. You talk about it every day. Are we going to pot or towards pot? Or is there a chance for us to reverse and go back to the way things, I hate to say used to be, but more towards that end?
I think so, and I think we will, and you know about America. As I do, we tend to pull it out in the nick of time, but sometimes when we pull it out in the nick of time, it's at great cost. Look, you know, you read through the news, you read about what's happening, you listen to what the president says. A lot of people are pretty unhappy. A lot of my listeners are very unhappy. One understands the temptation to withdraw, to step away, to get out of this. Let's get stupid, let's just forget it. But that's not the way you live and govern a free society. The founders didn't think we were supposed to get through our lives and run our country by being buzzed. Even Jerry Brown, it's rare that I quote Jerry Brown. He said, Governor of California, he said, we got serious problems in the state of California. I don't think we can get to them and address them if a third of our people are buzzed half the time.
Yeah, and the excuse that, well, you have legalized alcohol, so let's legalize this. They're two different drugs, and plus, why add another one just because you say this isn't so good, so let's have another one that's not so good. That's a poor argument.
Exactly.
If I may, talk about where you think we're headed, the Republican Party right now. Who do you like when you look at the field? Do you have anybody that stands out, the possible field for 2016?
I like a lot of them. There's too many of them, or maybe that's a good thing. What do we have, 20? I like the fact that there are governors, these strong governors standing up, these Midwestern governors and others, and I think that's a very positive thing. I've been saying for a while, Steve, since the election of 2 years ago, we have a very strong bench. You know, you look at some of these folks in the House, the record in the states, very strong. But, you know, it's going to be a very tough election. We know the way the demographics work. Now, I tend to think Hillary Clinton's overrated. I think Democrats love the idea of Hillary Clinton, but when she shows up, it's always kind of disappointing, isn't it? I mean, she's really not overwhelming.
Reince Priebus said it's good that she's MIA, or smart that she's MIA, because when she shows up, bad things happen.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So we shall see. But, you know, we're going to have game on. I'm just glad the Republican National Committee is limiting that number of debates so we don't have this slaughterhouse effect.
He said he doesn't want a circus, is what Priebus said.
So,
well, it's going to be interesting, because certainly if Hillary doesn't run or something happens or she falters, there's really no bench to speak of. I mean, I don't think Elizabeth Warren resonates with America, maybe with the radical liberal base of the party.
I'm for her. I'm for Elizabeth Warren as their candidate all the way. Go,
it's
Elizabeth.
So great to talk to you.
Thank you,
See
Steve.
You. Good luck.
Yes,
and everybody, of course, you listen to Bill every morning. And the book, Going to Pot, we can put it up on the screen. There it is. Yeah, just say it. It comes right up on the screen. Why the Rush to Legalize Marijuana is Harming America, by the great William J. Bennett and also Robert A. White. So pick it up. And
you're a very handsome guy. You should have been on TV a long time ago. What were you doing in radio with me?
I was doing a lot of fill-ins for you.
In the foxhole, okay.
Great to see you again.
Thank you
and regards
much.
at home. Okay, we're coming back, folks, with much more of the show. Don't go away.